Hello you beautiful people and welcome back to Let's Play Warhammer 40k Inquisitor Prophecy in another round, and we are of course going to go on with our current investigation, but we will as well of course go on. Well, I did want to tell 2 times the same thing, and ain't I smart?
Inquisitor, we have a breach on the lower levels. We are under attack by a Dark Elder raiding party.
The Drukahari? Cowardly marauders attacking an inquisitorial ship?
It is strange indeed, but right now my main concern is that my ship is crawling with sadistic Xenos pirates.
Calm down. I will show them the error of their ways.
The Tech Priest has stationed a host of combat servitors on the decks. The automator will slow them down, but only temporarily.
I'm on my way. I will take Thorn with me.
Yes, and we did do a nice little team in the last episode. Very amazing. Alright, Drukahari ambush. The plague originated in a very sinister place, and without the formidable abilities of the Alpha Pariah, I might have been overwhelmed. After a brutal skirmish, I met the ancient and evil presence behind the outbreak, Fabius Bile, against whom we nearly lost, but we had a little bit of help of a different, from a other Inquisitor. Alright, Fabius Bile, the primogenitor, something like that. Sorry, I wasn't able to bring the traitorous apothecary down, not even with the help of the Order Hereticus. Bile fled the scene with a cryptic warning, and I returned to my ship only to face a Drukahari raid. Okay, no introduction.
To appreciate the persistence of these Dark Elder. They give me ample opportunity to strike fear into their rotten hearts.
The Drukahari breached section Theta 7, so they will have to cut through here on their way to the vaults.
Well, they can try. There is a maintenance hole ahead. We could take up defensive positions there.
One thing I am a little bit confused about is why Thorn is running that fast and why the Drukahari are running that fast as well. A little bit weird, ain't it?
We are in position. Your usual subtle tactics will suffice, Sergeant, I suppose.
We really shouldn't overcomplicate these matters. I will heap the corpses high as a tribute to the Emperor.
Looks like your wish will be granted. We should expect several waves of hostiles.
Alright, let's override.
Tech Priest dealing with this.
And Thorn must survive. Okay, will do. I will of course give my best in keeping Thorn alive. What I ain't certain about actually, if his health regeneration is actually kicking in or not. That might be something we will find out very soon. Although, is this a incubus? Oh, a homunculus. Oh, okay. Obviously very not that cool enemies. They did do a lot of damage, and he's soaking up that much HP. A little bit surprising. Almost forgot about homunculi already.
I have purged my fair share of foul Xenos, but I haven't encountered such twisted creatures before.
Those were the homunculi. I wasn't expecting to see the Drukahari marshal their most terrible abominations against us. They are insane, flesh-suckers, depraved torturers, beasts most.
Oh yeah, and I did not mention them here, of course, as well. Okay, they are all gone. Still, I'm confused why the enemies are moving that fast. That is not how they moved before in any other episode. Come on, Medusa, you are the last enemy, I think, I hope.
Here, kill every last one of the filthy vermin that breaks through the doors.
Okay, another wave incoming. I'll just put it down here because I think the Astartes, as wonderful of course Astartes overall are in the 40k universe, maybe not as amazing as Primaris Astartes, but that is a totally different point. But I think the Astartes which you are calling in here at that moment is actually very, well, not very stationary, but in the end stationary. Which of course ain't bad. It's always good to have an Astartes technically in one space, but being put down to one place in the end ain't that great.
You still need to prove
Okay, and now we are in a world of hurt. As you can see, there are a couple of homunculus, not only one. Alright. That was the one talking. I was wondering who the hell is actually Xorn. And maybe the pain catalyst shall be taken down as well. And then the last couple of enemies are going to be brought down.
We are done with the rebel. But where is the leader? I want to tear that cowardly worm apart.
The dreadful marauder didn't want to get his hands dirty.
What else would you expect from a Drukahari?
Inquisitor, bioscans are complete. The remaining Xenos invaders have been located.
Very well. They deserve a proper lesson for their arrogance.
Okay, and well, just a couple of enemies, not too many, and why or however our little Astartes friend there died, I don't know. Okay, we will begin on the right side and go around like that. And fun fact, I did totally not expect that there will be so many enemies remaining. I mean, this is the thing. This is not the point I'm actually want to make. It's just a little bit confusing that the normally randomly generated missions or the Uther Terror missions you do in this game, I don't want to say they are relatively slow, is the wrong point, relatively fast gone through.
My sacred duty is to eradicate these Drukahari torturers from this sector.
Your sacred duty is to obey my commands. But I appreciate your passion.
But like Uther's Terror, the randomly generated missions have around a playing time of 10 minutes, around 10 minutes, exactly like this one. And of course the wonderful little campaign missions or priority assignment missions had a overall playing time of way more, like half an hour to 40 minutes sometimes, or 20 minutes. This is sometimes a little bit confusing. I mean, in the end you could argue, of course you need to get some playing time into your campaign, but I think this is the wrong way. In the end, you have to think about that. These are basically two randomly generated missions. Not randomly generated, that's not what I'm talking about, but in the end we have already played the defensive mission, and now we have a purge put right to the end. I mean, for the story in the end it makes sense, since we this is our ship, or not our ship, but the ship of Ragnar van Winter, and we can't let them be on the ship. I mean, that makes absolute sense, but this is a little bit weird that these missions are basically double the time than normal missions. But don't get me wrong, this is no complaining. That shall not. That maybe sounds like complaining, but in the end shall be no complaining at all. I need to read a little bit. I hope that Ragnar, not Ragnar, but Thorn is going to get the aggro very soon, and not us. Don't shoot me, thank you. And then let's just focus on it. 13,000 HP remaining. We are nearly overheated. I guess the HP of Thorn just doesn't matter, because I think he's right now not really going to die. But let's just stay here and let's kick some ass. The Talos is nearly down. That is quite neat and very amazing. The bad part, obviously, is we are bloody overheated. Oh, I didn't even want to die there, but well, F it. Okay, it just happens. If you are standing around inside your own warp anomalies, then this is basically your own fault of dying. This is too bad, I know. So at least 2 inoculators are back in our pocket, which means we are free and off to go.
The Drukahari should have avoided this ship. Now they will learn their lesson.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Alright, got them ingredients. First pass is going to inside there. Let's conclude that, and then we go to the right and do save to say. Oh my goodness, that was great again. Wrong power. The cross is the last thing we are going to do. Let's at least put down a little bit of this power into action. Did not work out as completed. Oh, a incubus, nice, and together with a slith. I don't know how to pronounce that enemy type correctly, but well, that's just it. And maybe just if the enemies are clumping up, I think it sometimes even makes sense to pop in like that and use the fiery form. Take them all down. I've seen the Memory Stone.
No pity, Inquisitor. The Xenos taint must be purified from this ship.
Yes, we will do that. Alright, what I want to say, maybe it is important not to only go after the storm, the firestorm, but about the fiery form as well. But well, okay, let's go through the translation protocol. Pseudo-neural translation protocol on the provided material executed. Drukahari mind pattern variables enabled. Raw transcription. Kasa's tech and Erector brothers in pain. Lost in the wheel. Curse the Rilitan Venge as we lurk in the screwed Monkey Den. The fool's errand for the soulless one cost us too much. Walking the path of Ynit, for I pronounce it wrong, I know. Not for me, not for us. Should speak with the homunculus. Perhaps the time is right for a new Archon. Oh, no, I'm there actually spelled with an E, O-E-N. Maybe I'm wrong there, might be. How I missed the screaming wonders of Camorath. Conclusion, according to the archives, Krasa's tech, oh, those names, man, and Eric Gargant, also known as Brothers of Pain, are the most notorious Drukahari pirates in the Caligari sector. The death toll of their raids can be measured in millions, oh my god. But for so far, they have evaded every trap laid by the Stormwatchers and the Holy Orders. During the last few decades, they started to target Inquisitorial agents and Xenotype relics. This shift of priorities contradicts everything we know about the tactics of this depraved race. This and their recent raid indicate that they may be after the secrets of Uther Tiberius. Also, the mention of the Soulless One may refer to the Alpha Praetor. I think that makes sense. Note, Rilitan is the archaic title for a secretive Eldari group known as Harlequins that I did not know. Almost every Eldari faction seems to be involved in this case, which may lead to unforeseeable complications in the future. Well, isn't that always the case? Isn't that always the case? Okay. Then now the last thing is going to happen, or the last floor is going to be cleared out. The floor which is formed a little bit, at least with the enemies marked a little bit like a cross. Okay, Firestorm, nice. The fiery form, of course, would have been applicable here as well. I'd like to use it here and just let them explode like a idiot. And I can always say, sorry, the fiery form does such a large amount of damage. This is always a little, I always want to say totally surprising, but a little bit surprising how much damage that form does. Surprisingly, of course, the little, the wonderful little disintegration beam, of course, is doing surprisingly heavy damage as well. Okay, so maybe we should, especially against those guys, use close combat way more often in order to bring them down to justice. I'm obviously more the, how do I say that, more the, I don't want to say careful, because I'm definitely not careful in, I am in no game at all careful, but I don't know why I have adopted this playstyle, that especially with those classes which are a little bit squishy, like this one, that I'm trying to avoid close combat. I mean, it makes on the one hand, of course, sense, since we are, of course, quickly can be taken down in close combat, which ain't good, which definitely ain't good. Maybe that is the reason. I don't know.
Prepare for your judgment. Tell me, was it worth it?
Your small-mindedness is astonishing, wretched creature. But what do you know about finding purpose? So short.
How? It is indeed a most pressing question. We cannot leave her unguarded. The Drukahari have proven that they are the masters of ambush, and they can strike with their cloaked vessels from the webway. From now on, you are on constant guard duty, Sergeant.
Understood, Inquisitor. Although I still believe you could benefit more from my presence on the field of battle.
Basically, are they really cloaked? Do they have some... Oh, I missed the chest. Do we have holofields or that, like the Eldar? Well, could be. I'm no expert there. But guys, that right now already leads us to the end of this episode. And you know it, I, as usual, really thank you for watching. If you guys actually do have enjoyed this episode, please give me a little thumbs up and subscribe, and hopefully I see ya in the next episode. Until then, have a nice day, stay frosty, bye.